Now, at least 83 people are dead after days of heavy rain in southern Brazil, and more than 100 are missing. Another
I'm going to ask you a
150,000
question in all
people. This is
this.
the fourth
Any
typhoon
national
hit by
government
flooding.
will,
This
of
is what
course,
days of
rush
pounding
in
rain
to
has done to
provide
the
help
southernmost region
and
of
rescue
Brazil. The
services.
Brazilian
But
president
what
flew
about the
over the
next time
affected
this
areas with
happens?
members of his
Because
cabinet
this is
promising
already
help.
happening in Africa. This is already happening in Texas. This is already happening or has happened in China, and it will continue to happen. And it will happen later this year, and it's going to be here next year, and the year after, and the year after, for the foreseeable future. It will strike different regions in the United States, South America, China, in India, and Southeast Asia, in Africa, and Europe. And another set of towns and dams and bridges and roads will be ruined by massive flooding. And regions that are just recovering from this year or last year's storms will be hit again, while the same or other regions are suddenly afflicted by flash drought or wet belt events, as Southeast Asia is now enjoying. Not a lot of work can get done under those conditions, and a lot of the cooling infrastructure that we use to keep ourselves comfortable or alive, well, we'll see how much of it, how well it weathers. And after this year is over, it will start up all over again. How much time and effort are we going to expend trying to build out windmills and solar in the midst of whole-scale destruction of both infrastructure and the cities that relied on it? Economies of entire regions are being wiped off the face of the earth for all intents and purposes. And these extreme events are going to keep coming. Nations all over the world will be suffering from heat waves, wet bulb events, and, by all accounts, biblical flooding. Now, I don't know about you, but I think there's a little bit of a logistical issue here of installing solar panels on buildings or windmill farms in the countryside while all of it's being swept into the ocean. I don't know, maybe it's a good time to invest in a houseboat.